Tonight, before going to bed, perhaps you'll apply a cream to your face, a serum, or an expensive moisturizer. Maybe a bottle that promises glow in 7 days. But stop for a moment. The women with the most beautiful skin in history had none of these. No face wash, no vitamin C serum, no retinol, no beauty clinics. Yet history remembers them as symbols of beauty. Why? Did they know something that we've forgotten? Or has the modern world convinced us that healthy skin only comes from expensive products? If you traveled back 2,000 years, you wouldn't find shelves full of skincare products. And yet, every civilization cared for its skin. The difference was simple. They didn't try to hide their skin. They tried to keep it healthy. Today we chase glow from the outside. They built it from the inside. Perhaps that's why the more science advances, the more it rediscovers ancient wisdom. Because many things we now call natural skincare were once a normal part of everyday life. But this story doesn't begin with a queen. It begins with the sun. Because the story of human skin starts there. Today our first question is, how much SPF does it have? But thousands of years ago, people lived beneath the open sky. Yet their skin wasn't constantly damaged, because they didn't fight the sun. They lived with it. Morning sunlight helped the body produce vitamin D, a vitamin essential for skin repair, new skin cells, and a healthy immune system. But ancient people didn't stay under the harsh afternoon sun. Their routine followed nature. Work in the morning, rest during the hottest hours, return in the evening. That was their natural protection. But the real story begins with water. In ancient Egypt, cleaning the skin wasn't only about beauty, it was about health. Dust and sweat collected quickly in the hot climate, so bathing became part of daily life. But they didn't use harsh soaps. Instead, they cleaned their skin with gentle natural oil, without damaging its protective layer. Today we call it the skin barrier. It locks moisture inside. When it's damaged, skin becomes dry. Irritation increases. Acne appears more easily, and aging becomes visible faster. Ancient people never used the words skin barrier, but their methods protected it anyway. They cleaned their skin without stripping. Today, many people wash their face again and again, then wonder why it's dry. In the ancient world, balance was considered beauty, and perhaps that balance made all the difference. But if you think bathing alone created their glow, the greatest secret is still ahead. Because one of history's most famous women still fascinates scientists today. Her name was Cleopatra. It is often said she bathed in donkey's milk. For centuries, people believed it was only a legend. But modern science found something remarkable. Milk naturally contains lactic acid. Today, the same ingredient appears in countless exfoliating skincare products. It gently removes dead skin cells, helps fresh skin emerge, and leaves the skin softer. Did Cleopatra understand chemistry? Probably not. But generations of experience had taught one simple lesson. Some natural ingredients really work. History proves this again and again. They had no laboratory, but they had observation, experience, knowledge passed from one generation to the next, and often it led them to the right answer long before science explained why. But milk wasn't the only secret. There was another ingredient found across ancient civilization: honey. Today, honey extract appears in expensive face masks. Back then, it was simply nature's gift. Honey contains natural antibacterial property. It helps the skin retain moisture and supports minor wound healing. That is why honey has been discovered inside cosmetic containers from ancient Egypt. But perhaps the most fascinating part wasn't what they used. It was what they didn't. They didn't change products every week. They didn't chase every new trend. Their routine was simple. It was consistent. And perhaps that consistency was one of their greatest beauty secrets. Because if beautiful skin came only from applying products, then every woman in history would have looked the same. But they didn't. Some faces radiated more than others. And the reason wasn't on their skin. It was on their plates. Because human skin is first built from what you eat. Today, people spend thousands on serum, but rarely think about what's on their next meal. In the ancient world, beauty didn't come from a bottle. It came from the fields, from the sea, and from everyday food. If you look at ancient Greece and Rome, you'll notice one thing. Their skincare was never separate from their diet. For them, beauty wasn't a routine, it was a lifestyle. One of the most common foods was olive, and the oil made from it. Today, skincare brands advertise olive squalane, olive extract, olive antioxidant. But thousands of years ago, Greek women didn't know those names. They only knew olive oil kept the skin soft, reduced dryness, and soothed skin after long hours in the sun. Today, science explains why. Olive oil contains vitamin E, polyphenols, and powerful antioxidants. But the biggest difference was this: they didn't just apply it, they ate it. Because healthy skin is built far more from the inside than the outside. Every new skin cell depends on the nutrients your body receives. If your diet is poor, even the most expensive cream has limits. That is why modern research continues to connect fruits, vegetables, nuts, fish, olive oil, and minimally processed foods with healthier skin. Ancient people never read research papers. They simply lived that way and never felt the need to replace it. But food was only part of the story. The other part was hidden in water. If you visited an ancient Roman city, one place would immediately stand out: the public bath. Today they are historical monuments. Back then they were part of daily life. People didn't visit them only to get clean. They went there to relax, to socialize, and to move between hot, warm, and cold water. Bathing wasn't just hygiene, it was recovery. Today science tells us warm water improves circulation. Cold water can temporarily reduce inflammation and tighten the skin. Roman women didn't know the science, but they understood the results. That's why their bathhouses had separate rooms for different temperatures. It wasn't luxury, it was experience passed through generations. There was another difference. They didn't scrub their skin again and again. Today, many people believe more scrubbing means brighter skin, but excessive friction can weaken the skin's natural barrier. Ancient people preferred gentle care, slow, balanced, and consistent, because lasting beauty was never about quick results. But if you think natural ingredients alone kept their skin healthy, the story still isn't complete, because there was another reason, one the modern world often overlooks: stress. Today, the moment we wake up, we reach for a screen. Within minutes, emails, news, social media, work, and endless information fill our minds. We call it normal life, but our body doesn't. When stress remains high, the body produces more cortisol. If it stays elevated for too long, the effects reach the skin. Wounds heal more slowly. Inflammation increases. Acne can worsen, and signs of aging appear sooner. Modern dermatology clearly understands this, but ancient life was different. People faced hardships, yet they weren't surrounded by constant mental stimulation. They weren't absorbing new information every few minutes. Their minds had more opportunities to rest, and perhaps that difference affected not only the mind but the skin as well. But even more important was sleep. Today, many people stay awake late looking at bright screens. Sleep only a few hours, then expect an expensive serum to fix the damage. But skin repairs itself best while we sleep. At night, skin cells repair daily damage. Collagen production increases. New cells are formed. Old ones are gradually replaced. That is why even a few nights of poor sleep can become visible on the face. In the ancient world, artificial light was limited. Night was truly dark. Day was truly bright. Their biological clock followed nature. And modern research still shows that regular, quality sleep is one of the greatest foundations of healthy skin. But the story still isn't complete, because another secret had nothing to do with creams, oils, or herbs. It had to do with the way they lived. For thousands of years, people spent most of their lives outdoors. Human skin doesn't only respond to what we apply on, it also responds to the life we live. Today, many of us spend our days moving from home to the car, to the office, and back home again. Our skin experiences artificial air more often than fresh outdoor air. Ancient women lived differently. They walked, worked outdoors, fetched water, prepared food, and remained active throughout the day. Today, we call it exercise. For them, it was simply daily life. They never counted steps. They never tracked calories, yet their bodies rarely stopped moving. Modern science explains that regular movement improves blood circulation, and better circulation delivers more oxygen and nutrients to skin cells. That healthy glow after physical activity isn't only sweat, it's also a sign of improved circulation. Ancient people didn't exercise for 1 hour. Their entire day kept them moving. They also accepted sweating as a natural part of life. Sweat itself doesn't remove all the body's toxins. Its main purpose is to cool the body. But an active lifestyle supports healthier circulation, better metabolism, balanced hormones. And over time, those changes become visible on the skin. In other words, healthy skin isn't created by a single product. It reflects the health of the entire body. That is why, throughout history, beauty was closely connected with health. But as time passed, the world began to change. Cities expanded, pollution increased, and for the first time, beauty started separating from health. In ancient Rome, and later across parts of Europe, fair skin became a symbol of status. To achieve it, many people applied mixtures containing lead. At first, their skin looked brighter, but slowly the damage appeared. Hair began to fall, skin deteriorate, and the poison spread throughout the body. Perhaps this was history's first major lesson, that beauty can become dangerous when it ignores health. Even today, the products have changed, but the promises often sound the same: instant glow, overnight bright, age reversal. History teaches us the faster something promises beauty, the more carefully it should be questioned, because nature works slowly, skin changes slowly, and real health is built slow. Perhaps that's why the beauty of ancient women still fascinates us, because it wasn't created by a single ingredient. It was built through their mornings, their food, their sleep, their daily movement, their relationship with sunlight, their environment, and above all, their patience. One final question remains. If they didn't have modern science, were they simply lucky? Or did they observe nature so carefully that experience taught them what science would only explain thousands of years later? Perhaps the answer lies somewhere in between. Modern science doesn't oppose history. More often, it explains it. When research tells us that good sleep, a balanced diet, healthy fats, antioxidants, regular movement, and stress management support healthy skin, it isn't creating a new rule. It is simply explaining a way of life humanity followed for centuries. And perhaps that is the greatest secret of this entire story. Today, natural skincare has become an industry. Honey masks, olive extracts, milk peptides, mineral baths, herbal infusions, all are sold in modern packaging. Yet their roots stretch back thousands of years, to a time when no one had ever heard the words anti-aging routine, and still, their lifestyle quietly protected their skin. Perhaps that is why history keeps reminding us of the same truth. Beautiful skin is never created only on the face. It is created inside the body, in your habits, in your sleep, in your food, in your movement, in your relationship with sunlight, and in your peace of mind. Only then does it appear on your face. So when we search for the secret behind the glowing skin of ancient women, we don't find a magical formula. We find a way of living. And perhaps humanity's oldest beauty secret was never inside a bottle at all.